Imagine this. You're watching something simple, not even a sad scene, just a line of dialogue, a memory passing quietly through your mind, and suddenly your chest feels heavy, your throat tightens, your eyes fill up before you've even had time to think. You're not trying to cry. You didn't choose this. It just happens. And almost immediately, another thought appears. Why am I like this? Why do I cry so easily? And if you've been told this makes you weak, you've been taught something biologically wrong. People who cry easily aren't emotionally weaker, they're neurologically different. That single idea changes everything if you're willing to sit with it. If crying were truly a flaw, why did evolution keep it? What we now call too sensitive used to be a survival advantage. Evolution doesn't preserve costly traits that don't serve a purpose. Tears weren't just a quirk, they were a signal, a wordless message saying, "I'm overwhelmed, I need support, I'm not a threat." Tears softened aggression, they triggered care, they strengthened social bonds. Groups that responded to emotional signals stayed connected, and connected groups survived. So if crying helped us survive, who decided it was embarrassing? Some people cry easily because their nervous system processes emotional information faster and more deeply. The connection between emotion and bodily response is more open. The vagus nerve, which links the brain to the heart and lungs, acts like an emotional cable. In some people, that cable is thicker, more sensitive. Signals travel quickly. There's less delay between feeling and response. That's why you might already be tearing up while others are still deciding what they feel. You're not overreacting, you're just faster. This sensitivity doesn't only apply to sadness, it applies to everything. Beauty hits harder, music goes deeper, kindness lingers longer. People who cry easily don't skim life emotionally, they experience it in high resolution. And yes, that means pain shows up more clearly, but so does meaning, so does empathy, so does connection. Still, there's a side of this no one romanticizes. When emotions move fast, they can overwhelm the system. The stress response, controlled by the HPA axis, can activate more quickly and stay active longer. Cortisol rises, the body stays alert. That's why crying easily can come with exhaustion, emotional fatigue, and feeling drained after conversations others seem to walk away from untouched. And no one sees that part. They don't see how hard your system works just to stay regulated. They only see the tears, and often they misunderstand them. Then comes the shame, the quiet self-judgment after the tears stop. The thought that says, "I should be stronger, I should control this." That inner conflict is cognitive dissonance. You value emotional strength, yet you've been taught that emotion itself is weakness. So you turn against yourself. You offer compassion outward, but withhold it inward. You'd never talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself after crying. Here's something crucial. Crying is not emotional failure. In many cases, it's emotional regulation. Tears release chemicals that calm the nervous system and restore balance. They're a pressure valve. When you repress tears repeatedly, the pressure doesn't disappear. It just changes shape. Irritability, numbness, burnout, disconnection. What you resist doesn't calm down. It just waits. Many people who cry easily are also deeply empathetic. They read rooms instinctively. They notice shifts in tone, energy, silence. This ability once helped humans detect danger and maintain harmony. Today, it can feel like you're carrying emotional weight that was never meant to be yours. But this doesn't mean you need to shut down. It means you need boundaries. The brain learns from how you respond to emotion. When you meet feeling with judgment, your system learns fear. When you meet it with curiosity, your system learns safety. Over time, emotions still come, but they pass through instead of overwhelming you. You don't drown in them, you move with them. Working with sensitivity doesn't mean stopping tears, it means guiding the nervous system. Even one slow exhale, longer than the inhale, can signal safety to your body. Naming what you feel without judgment creates distance without denial. Learning when an emotion is yours versus absorbed from others can change everything. Here's the reframe most people never hear. What if crying easily isn't a defect, but emotional honesty? What if your system refuses to fake strength by shutting down? In a world that rewards emotional armor, openness feels risky, but it's also rare. Think about laughter. We don't shame people for laughing easily. We call it warmth, presence, humanity. Tears deserve the same respect. They mean something mattered enough to reach you. People who cry easily often live closer to meaning. They are moved by stories, by injustice, by kindness, by small moments others overlook. Life may feel heavier sometimes, but it's also richer, deeper, more real. And in a world slowly numbing itself, that depth matters. So maybe the real question isn't, how do I stop crying so easily? Maybe it's, why was I taught to be ashamed of feeling at all? Because the part of you that cries is often the same part that loves, understands, and connects deeply. The world doesn't need fewer people who feel deeply. It needs fewer people who are afraid of it. You're not weak, you're responsive, and that has always been human.